The agricultural industry in Australia is fast approaching a $100 billion industry, which they believe will be there by 2030. The longevity of this project has meant that people have had enough stability to start thinking longer term, so that they can then, make longer term decisions and get longer term outcomes.
It really is a connected partnership between GRDC and New South Wales DPI, with a focus on delivering research that's applied and connected and delivering to growers in grower paddocks.
So it was a co-investment, but it was also a co-design, and that's a very exciting partnership space for GRDC in particular, because we get to work with the researchers right from the very beginning and framing the question, making sure that that research question had a really strong grower delivery focus.
We're using quite a new technique, a molecular technique, quantitative PCR, which means we know what levels of the different pathogens are in the plants. And because we've done this under this funding, this co-investment for a number of years, we get a pattern of what's happening in different seasons. And it really gives us a heads up of then staying in front and keeping our communications and development of management strategies to really address that before they become a major constraint to actual production.
We've been able to provide to industry lots of information around what the drivers of phenology are for a number of varieties. So characterising new varieties as they're coming into the marketplace for growers. So giving growers the confidence to be able to sow that variety at a certain time and know that that's going to perform in their environment and flower at the right time to sort of achieve yield potential for them in their given environment. In addition to that, we've been able to sort of provide risk information around what are the optimal flowering periods across a range of different environments for growers. So that sort of information provides growers with ways to manage risk in their system.
Some of the lasting legacies will be around some of the new and emerging crops like chickpeas. So the tolerance to stress and generating some yield stability in those crops. Understanding the crops that we already have good breeding with, but also trying to integrate good breeding into the new and emerging crops. Some of our pulses and legumes have only had a very short breeding history, and as a consequence there's great opportunity to understand what makes them function, but also to work out what's the best type of genetics to actually maximise the return and hopefully stabilise those yields, because pulses are notorious for having erratic yields. But in this case, potentially if we can work out what stabilises that, give a more consistent return in adverse and good conditions to growers.